Next up on the bench is the Revell 1/24 Jaguar E-Type. Let's get into it. So first of all, welcome back to the channel, and we are looking at a kit review today. This is the 1/24 Revell Jaguar E-Type. It's got a skill level of 3, it has 142 parts, and it'll end up with a model that's 18.7 centimeters in length. Kit number is 67668. This is a relatively newish boxing, I think, off the top of my head, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the box. As you see, it just tells you that it is what it is on both sides. And then on the back, it gives you a little bit of a breakdown of what to expect. So you've got a nice bit of interior, bit of engine detail, etc. A nice bit of chrome going on, and all the parts and bits and pieces of what you need are there. These are the colors from Revell that you can use if you wish to use that. And obviously a nice little advert there of their bits and pieces, their glue, their contact glue, sorry, and their knives, etc. You can purchase from any good retailer. So that's it. Let's have a quick look what's inside. So let's get into the instructions. So this is the instruction booklet that comes in the pack. So as you can see, inside the instruction booklet is some do's and don'ts. That's all on the first couple of pages. Then you've got your color call outs on this page, some glues and bits and pieces in which you can pick up things that you might need for this particular kit. Again, a bit more paint, etc., and some explanation of how to mix up your paints. And then you've got your sprues, so you've got a call of your sprues there as well. So not a lot going on in that particular image. There's quite a few bits to go through because you've got this as well. So as you can see, the sprues are coloured. The chrome is chrome coloured, and the body shell, etc., is red. So which is the colour call out for this particular build. So as you can see, the instructions are nice and easy. We're going to start off with the engines, etc. I'm just going to whiz through this. If you want to pause and have a look through in more detail, please feel free to do so. But I don't think there's any need for me to go over these instructions. Are very well laid out, very well understood, giving you color call outs, etc., paint those as you go along, sticking it all together. And then obviously, put that to one side. I forgot that was in there. So yeah, concentrating on the engine bay, etc. Still moving forward as you do. It gives you an option there for a left-hand drive. So there's obviously one for the right-hand drive as well. So you can choose if you want it continental or UK, whichever. So yeah, there we go. And then obviously you've got to remember to pick out the right instrument panel, etc. that goes in the car. But that gives you all, it's all very well laid out, explains all that. And again, remember to mark on here which sides you're going to do. What I would suggest you do, if you're going to do the right-hand drive, for example, go around and put a cross through the bits that relate to the left, just to remind you as you go along during the build, not to fall down that trap. So then obviously we're continuing with the build, etc. We're talking about the interior, etc. here, and wheels and all that sort of stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to go over it in any major detail. We're going to have a quick look at the sprues in a minute, and as you can see, we get to the point where we are finished. There are a few decals and stuff to go on, number plates, etc. And that is the instructions. Talking of decals, just here, which is what fell out a minute ago, is the decal sheet. Now you've got lots of options there. Turn it the right way around. Lots of options there, as into your number plates, etc. Bring it up to the camera so you'll be able to see that hopefully a little bit better. Actually, let's leave it on the side and we'll zoom in. I think that'd be a better idea. So here, bring that right up. So there you go. We are looking at the decal sheet here, and you can see there are loads of options for your number plates. You can go with a showroom type, or you can go with different countries. Yeah, loads to choose from. And obviously you've got your German, your Netherlands, France, Belgium, Great Britain. You know, the world is your oyster. So really nicely done. You've got your dials there, etc., for your internals. Yeah, great. I think it's looking like a really good little kit and well thought out. Here we're showing you the the sprues. So this comes in its own little bag. This is obviously the bonnet, red plastic. The detail is what you would expect. You know, it's there's not a lot of detail on the bonnet. The grills are there. So yeah, it's very nice. And the actual main body itself, very nicely molded. There's no warping or anything like that going on that I can see. Yeah, it's all looking very nice. So there we go. This is Sprue A, and we're looking at the dashboard here and the internals of some of the internals of the E-Type Jaguar. I just got more. The actual molding is all very nice. You got the seats there. It's nicely done. You've got the actual engine block as well. That's got some nice detail on there. That's going to take some very nice pin washes, etc. And remember what we were saying earlier about the dashboard. You've got a left and a right-hand drive. So this is the left-hand drive one here, and the right is on this side as well. So yeah, very nice. You've got some further detail here. You've got the radiator there, the fan cover, etc. There isn't any flash or anything going on here. The steering wheel is quite nice. You've got the battery there with a nice little bit of detail on there. And that's Sprue A. You've then got this sprue, which is Sprue C. And this is to do with the suspension and the exhaust and all that sort of stuff. A bit more engine detail as well. As you can see, it's all very nicely, crisply done. No issues I can tell as I'm looking at it at all. I'll take a nice bit of paint. So underneath of the vehicle itself, this is Sprue D. Yeah, bit of detail underneath as you would expect, and obviously all ready for your internals to go in there. Now, has got the manufacturer's stamp and year and all that sort of stuff there. 2020, so this is not an old kit in itself. That's in the boot, so that's not going to be an issue, and it's inside the vehicle, so that's nice. No issues again, no flash or anything like that, and that's Sprue D. Then of course you have Sprue E. Now this is obviously the engine compartment, the rear wall. As you look inside the bonnet, obviously. You got your suspension, etc. All your main bits and pieces there that will go onto your body. All looking very nice. What detail is required is very nice. So that is Sprue E. And of course you've got some of the interior here. This is Sprue H. So you've got your internal parts of your doors there. And I would assume that would be your boot section. I have not looked at the instructions, but it's all nice and crisp. Like I say, when there is detail, it's nicely presented. No flash or anything like that on there. And that's Sprue. So here are your tyres. These are rubber molded, so they are exactly what you'd expect. Nice bit of tread on there. You're probably going to have to see that too, I would suspect, but that's quite nice. I'm told that you can pick these up, you can pick up better stuff for the wheels if you want to. For me, I'm not going to be too worried about that sort of thing, but yeah, it's available if you want it. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the chrome. Now, not being a car manufacturer, not being a car modeler myself, most people I'm aware of would hopefully you can take the chrome off and redo them. But I've got to be honest with you, the chrome is actually really nice here. It's flat, it gives a nice shine to it. And I'll be honest with you, I really don't see me actually taking the chrome off and redoing it. Don't know, we'll see. I might take some advice from people, but as you can see on there, this was red sprue, and they chromed it. So there. So, and as we look through the rest of the parts, you know, I mean, they're nicely moulded. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Going there. Yeah, really nice. I think really nice. And you can see, I mean, that's reflecting really nicely with those lights. So I think that's probably for the average modeler, for the person that's not really too fast, as long as it looks like it's meant to look, I think that's going to do really well. So remember, it's a level 3 model, so shouldn't be too difficult to do, and you'll get a nice effect afterwards. So of course you've now got the all important clear plastic, and I can tell you this is super clear, very nicely moulded. Not any issues that I can see there at all either. So well done, Revell. That's very nice. A little bit of flash there, maybe. Yeah, it's like a little bit of flash. So you know, you have to be careful. Then you obviously have your headlights and side lights and stuff there. But again, nothing I can see jumping out at me that's going to cause an issue at all. So one thing I will remark upon is that as you look at the bag, this is how it came. You know, this is standard sort of packaging, but this is a relatively new kit, and with 2 pieces of clear plastic in there rubbing against each other. That's a shame that they haven't gone to that, just that little bit extra effort of putting that in a bag or a separate bag or something, just so there's less chance of that becoming an issue. Even if it meant just putting a little bit of protection over that paper or something. So a little call out to you, Revell, if you're listening, take a little bit of time to wrap that in something and put it in the same bag. It's not going to cost you an awful lot of money, not going to make any difference to the overall experience per se, but certainly that's going to stop that rubbing up against all my big windows here and giving out scratches. So I'm actually going to package that up a little bit. So there you go, that was the Revell 124 E-Type Jaguar, a build that I'm quite looking forward to. It's one of my favourite cars. I'm not really a car person, if I'm honest. Certainly not a model making car person, but I'm looking forward to this one because it's something I've got quite a passion for, the E-Type. They're getting a little bit more rarer now, and I certainly haven't seen one in very good condition for a long time, but I know they're out. But yeah, pick up this kit. It doesn't cost you an awful lot of money. A great little weekend build.